Hi. So, today I've got my current Lego project. It is the Harry Potter castle. It's very detailed. Any Harry Potter fans can identify all the rooms. This is the Chamber of Secrets. This is supposed to be the Devil's Snare from movie 1. Maybe I'm a fake fan because I don't know what this is. It's been a long time and I forget movies like that quick. Here's the chess, wizard's chess, giant wizard's chess from the first movie. This is the mirror room, I believe. Could be wrong. This is the library, I suppose. Yeah. But I'm about halfway through. Actually, probably a little more than halfway through. So, I'm just gonna build it. Probably most of this video will be Lego sounds. Maybe I'll ramble a little bit. I haven't decided. So the last thing I built was the bridge. And in this book, they give you little blurbs. They're in 3 different languages. They've got English, they've got, I'm pretty sure, French and Spanish in here. So, it's talking about the Viaduct Bridge, which is right here. Resting on 2 boxes, so it's visible. Maybe I can do a better job of centering it. That's a little better. Well, it's not centered, but it gets the messy disc out of the way. I lost my wired headphones temporarily, so I'm just kind of praying that the audio is good enough. Okay. It says, the Viaduct Bridge is not only iconic to the Hogwarts silhouette, but is the location of a few key moments through the series. So if you don't want Harry Potter spoilers, skip ahead. When Harry talks with Professor Lupin about his parents, when the Hungarian Horntail chases after Harry in the first task of the Triwizard Tournament, and when Neville had a shining moment against Scabior in the final battle of Hogwarts. I'll mark when the spoilers are. Okay, so now, moving on to bag 14, which is over here. And I'm sure is so loud. So I'm gonna have to probably dim the audio in post when I'm cutting and pouring. We'll see. Usually I just rip the bag, but ripping the bag is very loud. This room is very echoey. It didn't seem too bad. But I don't like plastic crinkle sounds. Maybe that sounded cool. Yeah. Ooh. I poured it out onto the book so it wouldn't be too loud. Now I've got to get the Legos onto the table. I personally quite like crinkly sounds and like clicking sounds. There's also 2 mini bags in this big bag. I hope that's audible. That's what I was afraid of. That entire time I was just thinking to myself, don't drop it, don't drop it. I dropped one. Things like that are a little bit difficult for me to do because I've got very small hands. I'm trying to see if there's something that's like a standard size that people would kind of understand, like, oh, that's how that big that is, to like compare, but I'm not sure if I have anything. Oh, I have a ruler actually. So from the top to the bottom of my hand, I've got about here. It's very awkward. See that? It's about 6 inches, about there. Put it to my face. I don't know. Actually, maybe it's not that bad. 6 inches is kind of long. Oh, it's more like, well, if I go like really far to the bottom, it's like 6 and a quarter. But I play the cello and I played the piano for a couple of years. And for both of those instruments, if people out there have played either, you can imagine, or honestly seen either play, you can imagine why that was a struggle, that I needed longer fingers. It's very frustrating. I was very, very jealous of all my friends who had normal size hands with fingers long enough to actually play without having to shift all the time. And my stand partner was 6'4", and he could reach anything. It was very frustrating. Put these on this side so you don't get super confused. Okay. First off, I need this little bubbly plant piece. I think this is very cute. And this little plant, it looked kind of like stalagmite, stalactite. Which one is? I don't remember which one is from the ceiling and which one's from the ground. Stalag something. The cave pointy rocks. So they go. This is the hardest part. Trying to figure out where the heck the pieces go. Turn this around. Ooh. This is kind of nice. This is too sharp. In my opinion, it's too sharp. This has got a nice little low timbre. Okay, so these plants go, oh, that's so cool. There's like little pots for them. Yeah, but here's the thing though. This is a big building, right? This plant must be massive. If people are supposed to walk through there, this plant is taller than this part of the building. This has got to be a huge, this plant, if someone can walk, typically like an arch on a building is maybe like the smallest arch I've ever seen is maybe like 12 feet tall, like 2 people tall. So if that's 2 people tall, and this plant is roughly double the height of the arch, this plant is roughly 4 people tall. And it's not a tree. A tree being 4 people tall is not that shocking. But it's not a tree. It's like a bush. It looks like a bush. And it's 4 people tall. Or taller, depending on how big the arch is. And knowing Hogwarts, it's very flashy. Things are very big. So it's probably a massive, massive plant. Okay, I need these 2 stacked on top of each other. And they go here. I'm not sure if enough of the Lego sounds are really going to be able to be heard. Or the pages sounds. Because I don't have a mic. But hopefully they're heard enough. And also nobody watches these videos, so who's gonna complain? Except for the one person that watches these videos. And you'll be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I wonder if my extra piece is bad went, because I always put a couple extra for the really small ones, but somehow at some point in the process, I'm not actually sure where it is now, but it might be right here, I lost a pretty crucial part of a structure. And I ended up just having to leave it. Like I ended up just having to leave it broken. But I tried my best. But I lost like a 1x5. I was like, how did I lose a 1x5? It's a big piece. But I did it. I managed to. And to anybody who knows me, that's really no surprise. I'm very, all over the place with stuff sometimes, but I didn't remember dropping one. I searched my whole office. I've cleaned it multiple times since then. Either my younger brother stole it, which seems like a pretty likely possibility, but I know my brother and he probably wouldn't do anything like that. Or this is just like a faulty set or something and it didn't come with it. Or it's just in some crazy crevice of my office that I haven't gotten to check yet. See, now I can't find this piece. I need a beige triangular prism type thing. Ah, found it. How on earth? Okay. I'm very slow at building Legos, which is probably why this has taken me so long. But I just like to enjoy the process. I don't see the point of zooming through the Lego building process. Ooh. I like to take my time. Which sucks for when I'm building Legos with somebody else though, because the person I build a Lego with the most is super fast. And I'm super slow. So they spend a lot of time just sitting by the Lego watching me build it. So usually we play some type of video or a movie. So there's something to keep them occupied while I catch up my part. The Legos aren't making enough of a sound for me to feel like I can sit quietly. So I feel like if I'm not speaking, this video is just going to be a whole lot of silence and probably white noise from the fact that I don't have a good mic. It's going to be like low quality buzzing. I'm trying to make the Legos click as loudly as I can, but sometimes, I almost just dropped those. Sometimes, like, they're just not loud Legos. Like the ones I'm doing right now just aren't loud. They're very, very quiet. Maybe I could try this. That one was a lot louder than I thought it would be. This is gonna be one of those videos that I have to watch the entire thing and figure out which is which. I don't like listening to my own videos. But some I'm just confident, like I know from the filming process that they sound fine and they're consistent, but then there's others where I'm like, okay, like I know I did this thing and that was really loud, so I have to go through and find it. And in this case, I'm filming without a mic and Legos are kind of loud. So I have no idea which parts are gonna be good and which are not. I've got this little cute scrunchie and my hair is bothering me, so I'm gonna just pull it back a bit. Let's do, oh, that was way too much. Oh, heartbreaking. I guess we'll just go with the loose low pony. Just kind of want it out of my face. It's very tangled. It's very windy yesterday, and on top of that I rode in a convertible in a low ponytail, so my hair just got whipped around. Anyone that has long hair and has been in some wind can relate to the struggle of having very tangled hair from the wind. I'm always very impressed by the Lego books. I took a trimester of computer arts in my senior year of high school. And learned a lot. I really enjoyed it, but I have so many hobbies. So the financial investment to get seriously into computer arts would have been a little bit unrealistic, knowing how much I would actually indulge in it. Because Adobe is so expensive. And I'm not sure why. But I learned Photoshop. And I did a lot of like graphic design type stuff. I did digital painting with one of those pads with the mouse. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. I haven't really participated in computer arts since then, so I've forgotten a lot of the names, but it makes me much more techie than I was before, and that's helpful. I'm not very good with technology at all. But anyway, being in computer arts for a semester has taught me to notice and appreciate digital creation, like the Lego book. Everyone's probably seen a Lego book at least once in their life, but they've got the whole printout of the Legos. And I'm thinking like somebody had to build this whole thing piece by piece digitally to create a guide for us to build it non-digitally. And I'm just imagining if that was my job, how quickly I would get tired of it. Because like designing every new brick, actually maybe it could be super fun. But then rotating it, I guess rotating it might not be the worst part because you can just kind of mass select stuff, but you know. But it's cool. It's cool to me to think about the fact that probably, I mean, I'm not sure how the Lego guides are made. For all I know, I could be completely, wrong color. I saved it. You know, when you drop something small and you don't want it to fall, so you just like clasp your legs together and hope it gets caught. Yep. Anyway, I could be completely wrong about how they're made, but I mean, somebody had to design at some point the image. And it doesn't look like it's not like photographs. It's just one of those things I wonder about. I'm a very ask the questions type of person. I always want to know answers, and I think about things that I really don't need to be wasting brain power thinking about. But it's fun. I've got actually a list in my phone of just questions that I would like to research. Maybe I should make a separate video where I just tackle the questions. Like maybe if they take forever. Huh? Oh, I did this wrong. I went too fast. That's the other reason I do Legos so slowly. I go too fast and I do stuff wrong. I lost my little disconnector thingamabob, unfortunately, so of course it's the type of Legos that are super hard to take apart. I just kind of have to claw at it. There we go. handy. What? Oh. Here. Anyway. Because I've always really liked writing sounds. So I genuinely enjoy taking notes. I'm one of those freaks. So I could just research something and write it down in a notebook. I have to figure out how to get good writing sounds though, because they're usually not very loud. And I don't have a mic that really picks up except for my headphones. I've got like wired headphones with a mic on them. And those are obviously very high up. They're meant to catch your voice. There is a bird right outside the window that I'm sitting at. It just flew right above the window, sat there for a minute, and then flew up onto the roof. And I think there's like fluff being tossed from the roof now. Maybe there's a bird's nest up there. When I'm done here, I'll go outside and explore. Figure it out. Okay, this goes here. I wonder why we use these bright colors. I assume they're all gonna get covered up. There's a lot of bright colors. They're nice colors, but they look a little ugly in the middle of all the browns and buildings and stuff. Well, not ugly, but out of place. Slot that in there. I'm having trouble. There we go. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. I'm wrestling with this. What is it catching on? Oh man, I'm gonna have to dismantle. You are in the way. Okay. Boy, oh no! Have I dropped a piece? No. Did I drop a piece inside? Okay. It doesn't look like I did. That would suck. No, I did. No, I totally did. Where is it? Oh no. Oh. Where are you? Oh, I see it. It's in the Chamber of Secrets. I've retrieved the piece. The cut is because it fell out, went on the ground, and then when I bent to grab the piece, I hit the top of my head on the other part of my desk. And I decided that that doesn't need to be in a video. Because I went, ow! I didn't hit myself very hard, but there are some things that do not need to be published, and I think smacking my head on my desk is one of those things that I just don't need to include on a video. that will be on the internet forever. Because the internet is forever. Never forget about internet safety. What? Oh. It wants me to make this shape, but it doesn't show you the orientation of the blocks. So I looked at the picture and I thought I was supposed to try and fit it like this in between the circles. Goodness gracious, I'm not the most amazing multitasker in the world. I'm okay. I can multitask if I really need to. Actually, I do quite a bit of multitasking. That's another thing. Nobody is good at multitasking. People can think that they're good at multitasking, but all that multitasking gets you is 2 things at a lower quality rather than 1 thing at a high quality. I learned that from a study skills video in one of my college classes. It was chemistry. And you know, I don't really believe it, but it is true that you will not study as well if you're trying to also text or watch a movie or talk to someone. So, a little Easter egg, I suppose. If anybody watching this part of the video has also watched my study session videos, I did great on my tests. Every test that I studied for on camera, I received an A on. So that's great. Except my chemistry test, my chemistry final, but I'm not sure if I ever published that video. I just had to stop recording because I got a notification that my storage was full. So I think I'm gonna just finish this page or the next couple pages and then call it. But yeah, I scored well enough on my chemistry final to maintain my A- in the class. So I was satisfied with my performance. And those tests are hard. They were only 15 points. So 1 gap in knowledge could cost a lot. It's hard to get an actual A when it comes to the amount of points scored. But I was proud of myself. So that is what counts. I want to finish this bag before I call it, but I'm afraid that my storage is going to run out again. I deleted a little bit of stuff, but not a ton. I also played back the last 5 minutes and I was kind of talking pretty loud. So that's not ideal. But maybe I can try and quiet it down in post, or just give a warning to not have the volume. Well, people can decide what volume they listen to it at. Yeah, it's fine. I've listened to my fair share of ASMR videos that were a little loud and just turned them down until they were at a volume I liked. But yeah. Now I'm trying to rush because I want to beat the storage. I have a lot of videos in just in my phone that I haven't published anywhere, and so I haven't gotten them off my camera roll because I take like vlogs just for my own personal records and then post them on my private other channel. Oh my gosh, I have 3 channels. I have 3 channels. One for leisure, where I like watch videos. One where I post my unlisted vlogs. And then this one. I'm not sure what I'm building right now. Not exactly. I'm very much hoping that I don't run out of storage again, because then I'd have to delete. I'd either have to go through and delete something that I don't really want to delete, or I'd have to spend like an hour sorting through stuff, uploading stuff to OneDrive and whatnot, and I don't feel like doing that today. Last night, I went to see the last Mission Impossible movie in the theaters. It was very good. Worth a watch. It's very confusing if you don't remember the last of the movies. Like if you haven't recently watched the ones that came before it, or at least the one right before it. So I was very confused for a lot of it, because I don't remember movies at all. I keep checking to see if the recording has stopped. But other than that, other than the fact that it was hard to follow at the beginning because I didn't remember what was going on, it was a very good movie. Very exciting. Very Mission Impossible. This way. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Recently, I'm on summer break now from college. Shoot. I'm on summer break, and for the first time for a year, a little over a year actually, I got into video games again. And I've been playing a lot of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I know Tears of the Kingdom is already out. Why are you still playing Breath of the Wild? I just never finished it, okay? And I still haven't. And honestly, I might never. Just because I don't really like video games. I don't play them very often. I logged in like last week to Zelda, and my last save was from March of 2024. So if that doesn't say enough about my level of interest in video games in general, I don't know what would. Oh, goodness. Oh no, I'm not missing a piece. I'm just blind. What on earth? Goodness gracious. Ow! Ugh, Legos are so sharp. My favorite enemy to fight in Legend of Zelda is probably the classic bokoblins, because they have really big heads. It's really easy. I mostly use the bow and arrow. I'm very, very bad at sword combat. Well, maybe not very, very bad. It's a little dramatic. But I'm quite poor at it. I can never get the timing for the special attacks and whatnot down. So I just kind of try to go really fast and like slice as many times as I can. Wish I was better at it. I'm just not. But it's okay. My favorite part of that game is the puzzles. I like the shrines and I like the quests that make you figure something out or solve something. I'm a puzzle girl. I like puzzles much more than combat. It's my thing. Then sometimes the puzzle gets hard and I get frustrated. And then I have to take a break from the game. I really try hard not to look up the answers to puzzles. No. This way. Sometimes I have to, sometimes I end up having to look up some hints though, because sometimes they're hard. This is the quad. This is a small spoiler, but this is the quad. The quad is the home to some emotional moments. To name a few, Harry's joy when he first flies his new broomstick, and his heartbreak when Sirius needs to go into hiding. Yeah, I remember those scenes. What? Oh, I just assumed that there would be another side. I'm so close. I'm so close to being done with the bag. Please don't run out of storage. Under the sea. Under the sea. I've had Under the Sea stuck in my head for 50 years. It's always stuck in my head. This is so cool how they just have a set number of types of bricks and they, oh my, it moves. That's so cool. Where does it go? Oh my gosh. Why does this move? Wait, that's so cool. Oh, that's the end of the bag. So that's what I built, this part, and then this part. So this and this building, and then this, the piece that moves. And that's the end of bag 14. So I hope you enjoyed getting to relax while I built you Legos. I hope you could hear the sounds. I hope they're okay. I hope I talked at an appropriate volume. Yeah. I will obviously, I'm very much unfinished with this build. So if this was an enjoyable video, I'll probably make more. Maybe I'll set up with the mic, but the headphones aren't long. I wish I had like an actual standing mic that I could just put like close by, but I don't have the money for that. So yeah, I will see you in a different video. Bye.